Hello everyone, welcome to SV Union High School and Junior College. Our subject today is EVS 1 Standard 5. We are going to discuss chapter number 3, The Earth and Its Living World, part 2. In the last part, children, we saw the Earth's lithosphere and hydrosphere. Let us see atmosphere in this part. Now we all know that the earth is surrounded by a protective covering or a layer of gases which is called as atmosphere. This atmosphere is a mixture of various gases, namely nitrogen, oxygen, water vapor, carbon dioxide. There are many other gases too in the air in very small quantities, but all of these gases are very important and useful for the living things on the earth. The layers of the atmosphere are named as troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, and exosphere. As we go higher from the surface of the earth, the air in the atmosphere becomes thinner or rarer. You must have heard, children, mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders when they climb mountains that are more than 5,000 meters high. Why, children? Do you know the reason? The reason is the level of oxygen is very low at higher altitude. The layer of air that extends from the Earth's surface to a height of about 13 km is called the troposphere. The condition in the troposphere change continuously. As this layer touches the surface of the earth, the living world gets greatly affected. As we go higher in the troposphere, the air gets cooler and rarer, or you can say thinner. Almost all the water vapor in the atmosphere is contained in the troposphere, and that is why all the weather related phenomena such as formation of clouds, rain, fog, winds and storm take place in the troposphere. The air on the higher mountains is rarer than the air near the earth's surface. Aeroplanes fly in the higher part of the troposphere. There, the air is very rare. Therefore, arrangements have to be made to ensure that passengers get enough air for breathing. Beyond the troposphere, up to the height of about 50 kilometers from the earth, is the layer called the stratosphere. In the lower part of stratosphere, there is the layer of gases called ozone. Ozone layer is like an umbrella for the earth as it protects the earth from the sun's ultraviolet rays. Now, what are ultraviolet rays? Ultraviolet rays are some of the poisonous rays that reach the earth from the sun. They are very harmful for all living things on the earth. The ozone layer absorbs all them and protects the living world from those ultraviolet rays. As we go above stratosphere, we have layers like mesosphere, ionosphere and exosphere. Let us see what is water cycle or how does it rain. We all know due to the heat of the sun, all the water from the surface of the earth, the water in the wells, lakes, rivers, underground water, water from the wet clothes, etc. All the water due to the heat of the sun changes its state from liquid to gaseous. That means it evaporates. It evaporates and goes up, rises up into the atmosphere. As this water vapor is lighter than the air, it rises high up into the atmosphere. As it goes higher, it cools down and condenses, forming very fine droplets of water. The droplets are so small and light that they float in the atmosphere, forming clouds. These small droplets join together and form bigger drops which are heavy. They cannot float. Such drops of water fall down on the earth in the form of rain. The rainwater flows into rivers, streams, rills, and finally reach into the sea. Ice in the snow covered region also melt due to the heat of the sun. This process of evaporation, condensation and rainfall go on in a continuous cycle. This is known as water cycle in nature. Now let us see what is evaporation and condensation. Due to the heat of the sun, the water from the earth's surface goes into the vapor state, forming fine droplets of water, which are small and light. This process is called as evaporation. The process when vapor turns into water on cooling to form drops of water is called as condensation. You must have seen rainbows in the sky, children, during rainy season. Many a times the ray of the light passes through the droplet of water and it spreads into 7 colors. And that's how a rainbow is seen or experienced in the sky. We see rainbow in the troposphere. There are innumerable of different kinds of living things found on the earth. They live in the various type of regions in different type of climatic condition. Like some regions are covered with ice, some have hot climate, some have heavy rainfall. There are mountains in some places and plains in others. Sometimes there is very heavy rainfall or the climatical conditions are hot and dry like the deserts. There are salty seas and oceans and also freshwater lakes. Sometimes the ocean is shallow near the coast, but if you go away from the coastline, the ocean becomes deeper or it may be several kilometers deep. In all such conditions, we find different types of living things adapting themselves and living in those conditions. For example, we find polar bears in the snowbound regions. The zebras are found in Africa. Kangaroos are found only in Australia. These animals are not found in any other regions. There are some animals which can adapt themselves in the hot climate like the elephants and lion. Camels we know are called as ship of the desert because they can survive in the condition of the climate. Plants also show adaptation in these different types of regions. Many different kinds of plants and animals and microorganisms are found everywhere on the earth, on land, in water, in air. Living things exist in the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere. They also interact with these spheres. This living world constitutes the biosphere. All animals, plants and microorganisms are dependent on one another. They are also dependent on the spheres of the earth. The biosphere is where they take birth, live and die. I hope you have understood this part. Thank you.